Okay. KTT, a new episode once every 2 weeks. This is episode 23. Before we get into the episode proper, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Helps the channel, helps out the content. I am Drift. I'm joined by my co-host.
It's BlackStarXero. Just call me Zero.
So, this week, we're going to talk about Boruto. And then, obviously, in the second half of the pod, we have an original segment this time.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, starting out with Boruto, let's give the people what they want. TBV. If you know, you know. All right, Zero, it's up to you.
All right, cool. So, regular listeners will know that we covered the leaks from chapter 16 of borutotwobluevortex in the last pod. And I believe we mentioned that we were just operating off the leaks at the time.
We did.
Right?
We did. We usually do.
We usually do, right? So, so this time we just kind of want to come back to that and, clarify some things and then really discuss what was actually in the chapter.
So get into the meat and potatoes.
The meat and potatoes of everything.
I'm with it.
So, I mean, you could kind of break it down into like, 4 segments, right? So you have the beginning segment when Kashin Koji is training Boruto. You have the follow-up segment where you have, actually 5. Then you have the girl talk.
What?
Then you have the discussion between Ada, Shikamaru, and Kashin Koji. And then you follow that up with the last segment where we arrive in the Hidden Sand. Right? So I don't think we covered the training stuff.
We didn't.
And that seems quite interesting because the big takeaway from that is that Boruto is and isn't using flying raijin.
Yes. I'm glad you touched on that because there were a lot of people that were kind of like patting themselves on the back initially, thinking that they were correct and that Boruto was in fact using the flying raijin. You get me? Even though at no point was it ever stated that that is what he was using up to now. You feel me? So yeah, no, I mean that's to reinforce the point.
In operation, in the way it looks, it fundamentally looked like the flying raijin. So anybody operating under that belief, you can't.
Yeah. I can't kill a motherfucker for believing that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it is important to remember that it was us, the fandom, running with that assumption. You get me? At no point was it clearly and unequivocally stated that he was making use of flying raijin. You feel me? So if anything, I quite like the fact that he's actually not using it. But anyway, yeah, you were saying
Kishimoto and Ikimoto didn't do us any favors because, like I said, he is and he isn't. It's his own unique technique that he called flying raijin. You understand?
Okay.
So he is and he isn't using it. So he is the flying raijin. It functions exactly like the flying raijin, but he's not using the flying raijin that Minato uses.
I believe he's using space-time ninjutsu.
Right, exactly. So the ability that the Otsuki have to create portals.
Exactly.
Genius.
Swaggy shit.
And he creates that, 6 years from the point we are in the story, which means that Boruto at least live without Sasuke for another 6 years.
Another 6 years.
You understand? So he survived on his own, seemingly, for another 6 years. Or maybe it was always just Kashin Koji contra him. You don't know. But we know that he gets 6 more years at least, yeah? So
kind of mad that we're never going to see like an adult Boruto, though. I mean, at least anytime soon. But yeah, go on.
I mean, you might get a last. Boruto the last.
Perhaps. Yeah. I mean, nothing's written off the table. Nothing's written off the table. I'm just thinking, the only reason I say that is because I'm like, damn, you told me that bro gets this 6 years down the line from this point. You feel me? So that's dead ass an adult Boruto.
Yes.
You feel me? Kind of time. We don't get to see that a little piece. But hey, whatever. Not the point. Not the point of this discussion.
We might get another time skip. You never know.
Hey, listen.
You know cool. So we understand how his version of flying raijin works. And we get another discussion which is quite important, which I respect. You understand? Because Boruto asked the obvious ass question. Okay? If you can see the future, why not tell everybody what you see so that everybody can work towards fixing it? And Kashin's explanation is that the more people that know... Exactly.
Fire.
The more people that know, the more it changes the future.
Like more it alters the future.
Logically, it makes sense. And story-wise, it is genius because it keeps Boruto in that rogue ninja outside. You understand? That shadow Kage.
I can't lie. That little part of it, I was like, shit. They really
cooked. The undertones, I was like, it's just meant to keep Boruto at the outside. You understand?
They really cooked to that. I ain't gonna lie to you. They cooked like it was a fire.
I mean, it might be even a two-tier thing. One, no matter how much you explain omnipotence to the people affected by it, they'll over time it will start taking effect again.
It will override their memory.
So That's one. And then two, you have the fact that the future changes depending on how many people know.
Yeah.
And quite rightly, the fact that you know something's gonna happen means
now
you can never act in the way that makes that thing happen.
Yeah.
You understand? X is supposed to happen, you know it's gonna happen. So
like,
you do something else.
On a subconscious, or even if you don't, on a subconscious level,
right,
you are now probably gonna do things that like steer away from that very like iron fucking clad future. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So that's why it's like the explanation of it being something that you can't necessarily always rely upon because the future always changes depending on how many people know.
Right.
Fire piece of exposition. Right. Fire piece of exposition.
Great. Right. So that was the discussion in the training with Boruto and Kashin Kojin. Then
I also stay where you are. You know what I'm saying? I also do like the fact that the what's it called, the future side that Kashin Koji has. Prescience. I also do like the fact that obviously it's because of prescience that we have the amped Boruto that we have. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are like, damn, he just improves that much in 3 years. No. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we already knew about this information. You know what I'm saying? But the more information we get about prescience, the more I like the way that it's used. You know what I'm saying? Because it gives us explanations for several questions that we've had up to this point, and it's very credible. All of them are very credible. Right. How do we have the amped Boruto we have from chapter 1 of TBV? Yes, he's been training over the 3 years with Kashin Kojin and Sasuke, who has access to prescience. So this nigga has access to future like knowledge that he would not know yet. So of course his progress is going to be a lot faster than you'd otherwise
going back
think.
That adult Boruto thing, boy, adult Boruto 6 years on the line with like flying raijin and all that kind of stuff, busted. Adult Boruto with flying raijin from that age.
This is my whole thing, right? This is the part that made me go raw. Even though that's all 6 years down the line, in most of those futures, Boruto still gets killed.
Yeah, just to go to show.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
I'll touch on that in a second.
That was kind of my takeaway. I was like, holy shit. But yeah, go on.
Right. So after all that, then we come to I believe the girl talk session. All right. So that's Sumire, Sarada, and Ada.
Right.
Right. And this is where one of my mistakes from last week came up.
All right.
Because like I said, I only saw like a few pages and I wasn't really trying to dig into, everything. You understand? I saw the panel, I saw the rough translations. Ada saying that the situation was awkward.
Yeah, shit.
Right?
I mean, you saw more than that, did I?
Right.
Yeah.
So I thought that it was a situation with Boruto being captured and injured and then escaping and, them still want to kill him. I thought it was that on top of the fact that they have the Shinju to deal with. That was kind of bumming them out. Come to find out that no, it was, Sumire kind of, marking her territory. You understand?
Yeah, tell the people them.
You understand? It was Sumire marking her territory. And she raised some valid points, but fundamentally, Sarada did nothing wrong.
I mean, for me, I liked that part, but also disliked it.
Okay.
I liked it because it is a very realistic fucking interpretation or like a realistic portrayal of how like a teenage like a girl,
unrequited love kind of thing,
like a teenage unrequited love type situation. You know what I'm saying? How somebody could feel spurned. You feel me? But at the same time, the reason I don't like it is because time and fucking place, Sumire. You know what I'm saying? Like what you are bent out of shape
to her credit, she at least knows that.
But this is what no. But when I say time and place, I respect the fact that she ain't wigged the fuck out in the moment. You know what I'm saying? But when I say time and place, nigga, you saw what was happening. You know what I'm saying? We were all there. It was split second shit. Nobody stopped you from running over to Boruto. You were the one that stood up still. Sis ran over to Boruto because like the minute she saw Boruto, she was like, fuck, it's my dog. It's been 3 years. Wagwan. You feel me? So that's why I'm like,
more than that. For me, like that whole thing there could never been a problem with that because listen, I get that Sumire likes Boruto, like from the beginning of school type shit.
I get that.
But Sarada and Boruto, their families have been very close for years. They have a way deeper relation than used to do at that point in time.
And that's why I'm like,
bro lost his eye protecting her. I am sure you must have heard that part.
But that's what I'm saying. I can understand. I can understand why she would feel away because obviously she knows that Sarada knows she likes fucking
because
Boruto.
she's mentioned it before.
You know what I'm saying? So
and that's why she reiterated that.
And that's why I'm like,
she reiterated again in this chapter.
I get why she's been out of shape, but that speaks to the point where I'm saying, cool, I don't like something else about it, that being time and the fucking place.
Right.
You get me? Like what you're bent out of shape about in the grandest scheme of things right now is it that fucking important?
No, it was just a fucking hug. It's
And
not
that's
like they
what I'm
professed their love for each other or anything like that. It was
That's
just
what
a
I'm
hug.
saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
bro,
bro,
it was like,
can I
she
understand?
understands that. Go on.
Can I understand? Sorry, my bad. You know what I'm saying? But can I understand why you're been out of shape? Can I understand that, yo, it probably stings because you know that Sarada knows that you like Boruto, and obviously you man are friends. You get me? On some real life shit, I know that would sting a good couple fucking teenage gal that went through that situation.
Right.
You feel me? But time and the place, the bigger picture, this isn't the conversation we should be having right the fuck now. It's not moving the like it's not moving the needle forwards or backwards. Like, there are real conversations that need to happen right now, and it's probably not which one of us like Boruto.
Okay. And on that point,
Uh-huh.
the real conversation was had just before that.
Okay.
Okay. And again, Sumire was the voice of reason here. I shouldn't say again, but Sumire was the voice of reason here. You understand? So Sarada naturally is wigging out about, going after Boruto and finding out where he is. And they're with Ada, so she's obviously looking to Ada to like kind of tell them what's going on with Boruto.
Yeah.
But Ada's obviously not giving that up. And then Sumire is really like, pulled her up and be like, yo, do you imagine the reason why we can't find Boruto or we don't know what's going on with him because he doesn't want us to know all that? You understand?
And if she'd have stopped there, she would have been cooking. I feel like most man who covered this...
So the whole thing she was saying is like, listen, bro, you need to be a little more considerate of the people around you. Yes, you want to say Boruto. Yes, you understand what's going on around him. Everything's gone wrong for him. But at the same time, you really need to consider the situation. One of the things she points out is like, did you ever consider the fact that the reason Boruto got hurt in the first place because he's been doing so well on his own was because you man was there? You understand?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
it's because if he didn't have to protect you, man, he probably would have been fine.
If the point had stopped there, you would have been cooking.
Yeah, I'm saying the real conversations were had.
You know what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying. To me, how do I word this? I put it to you this way, yeah? That's not the real conversation, because the real conversation was how you felt afterwards, in my opinion.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you only said that shit, like, you're only bringing up the fact that Sarada should be more cognizant of how other people are feeling, because you yourself are also feeling a way about the hug between Sarada and Naruto.
That's a very fair take. That's a very fair take.
And again, the only reason I bring it up like that is because I already know through a teenage girl's mind, they will probably go through lens like that to frame how they're actually hurting. You get me? Not to say that the point that she brought up isn't a resolute one. That's why I said if it had stopped there, then she would have been cooking unequivocally. But because she then goes on to start talking about how Sarada while going for the English, yeah? How she knew that Sarada, that Boruto, that Sumire liked Boruto, and you still did that in front of her. I'm like, cuz, you mean to tell me all of that is just coming from a place of you feeling hurt? You get me? That's why you're bringing up That's why you're bringing up how Sarada should be cognizant of other people's feelings around her.
Including Boruto.
You know what I'm saying? Including Boruto, of course. And that's why I'm like, if you had stopped there, you would have been cooking on some objective, tactical, like, shit. You feel me? But then you went on to spend a decent amount of time detailing how you feel personally in relation to how Sarada was moving to Boruto. That's why I'm like, cuz, for fuck's sake, if you had just stopped at those points, she would have been cooking. But because you then go on to outline how you're feeling in regards to the interaction between Sarada and Boruto, I now feel like you were using the prior conversation to kind of frame and indicate that this conversation was coming up next.
Sure. Again,
you know what I mean? That's my interpretation.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? That's my interpretation. But yeah, go on.
Sure.
So get through the rest of the chapter.
You know what I'm saying? So that resolves with, them having that little small dispute. Then we move on to Shikamaru, Ada, and Kashin Koji.
Big Shika, never the little
having
one.
a discussion there. And just briefly before I touch onto that, so the daimyo is now putting pressure on those two old shits to get rid of Boruto.
Bro, why the fuck they're even active?
You know what I'm saying? Essentially, he's saying like, yo, if you don't get at him, then whoever's in charge is gonna get. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get in his place.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Shikamaru is gonna get killed.
Let me get this correct. The daimyo is now putting pressure on the two elders of the fucking Konoha village to say, if you man can't really resolve this whole Boruto capture situation, whoever's in charge,
not even capture, eliminate.
Like whoever, you know what I'm saying, whoever can't resolve the fucking Boruto situation, you know what I'm saying, the apostate Boruto situation, whoever's in charge, your head's gonna roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. I can't lie. Obviously, I already know that's not gonna come to pass. You feel me? But situations like this really do make me say, I don't think enough time has been given building up characters like the daimyo for most readers, including myself, to give a fuck or respect that. Like, who the fuck is the daimyo, gang? Like, obviously, no. I know he's a character.
We all know that, but it's
You know
even a new guy. Cause I
Like-
don't think it's the guy that was from like Shippuden.
And that's
So if you remember
like,
in the war arc, all 5 of the daimyos had to be put in like protective custody and all that kind of stuff. You know
and that's what I'm saying. So I'm
I
like,
think it's a whole different guy now.
like I feel like a different threat
Mhm.
would have raised the stakes a little. If raising the stakes was the intention, a different threat coming from different characters would probably raise the
Different
stakes.
characters like who?
I don't know. That's what, I don't know. Like a new Shinju or something. You know what I'm saying? Like a new Shinju from a different village. You get me? If something like that was happening, that would be raising the stakes more for the situation than you telling me the daimyo made a threat that if the Boruto situation isn't resolved, then whoever's in charge is gonna get like killed instead.
All
I'm
that,
like,
yeah,
cuz,
all that.
what I'm saying.
I don't even really look at that
and
threat.
that's
I
what
don't
I'm
even
saying.
look at
I'm
that
like,
threat because
it's not really raising the stakes now.
right. Well, that, and I'm just like, that's just there to kind of keep the the political aspect of the village alive and keep that going and put pressure. It's like it's facilitating a way for Boruto and Shikamaru to like work clandestinely to like resolve whatever
That's
issue. You
IRL
understand?
logic.
Like that's all
That's
that
IRL
threat is
logic.
for.
That's IRL logic. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking inverse logic.
Mm-hmm.
You telling me, that the daimyo is threatening to kill whoever's in charge of capturing Boruto in the face of everything else that could potentially go wrong, that's not a threat to me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah, I'm saying
like that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, you like the daimyo putting pressure on the two elders to like put pressure on Shikamaru, for example, whatever. I don't really see that as, if I was Shikamaru, I wouldn't see that as a credible threat because in the scope of shit that I know is going on, nigga, if you don't shut the fuck up, if you do not shut the fuck up, like
I'm not gonna dig into that. I'm not gonna dig into that.
You're talking about the Boruto situation. Listen, nigga, move incorrectly and we will dead ass have the final war on our hands. And you're talking to me about the Boruto situation because you're ignorant of it.
Precisely.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, inverse,
yeah.
It's not really a threat to me. For a nigga like Shikamaru, it's not a threat to me because I already know, nigga, if we move incorrectly, I don't need to worry about me dying.
Well, he finds out afterwards.
Like, the whole fucking village getting it. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, so we find out afterwards. So, so moving on to the Kashin Koji Ada Shikamaru discussion.
What?
Kashin Koji basically catches up Shikamaru on what the situation is in as much detail as he can without what we discussed earlier. Too much actions changing what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So he explains all of that, and then he drops the I don't even know what you'd call it.
Caveat.
Huh?
Caveat?
I don't know if it's called a caveat, boy, but like the
I think I know what you're gonna say,
bro,
and that to me would
it's
be a
just
caveat.
the fact that Body just matter of factly just told him that, look, if Jura pulls up, just treat him like a normal customer.
That's a caveat.
Because if you call that caveat,
I call that
the caveat that, boy, Body there's nothing anybody can do against a serious Jura.
And that to me is what would make it the caveat. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if that nigga pull up, do nothing. Because the caveat is this. If you even attempt to stop that nigga, you threaten the entire village getting boomed. The entire village getting boomed. So I'm like,
probably the whole ninja world, really.
Bro.
Because everybody's gonna try to do the fucking ninja line thing, and none of you can
and
do
none
it.
of you and then the rest of you men are getting boomed too. So that's what I'm like, to me, I would call that the caveat. Like, yes, listen, this is gonna happen, gang. He's pulling up. Yes, he's pulling up. Don't argue with me. Don't argue with me. Yes, he's pulling up. And when he pulls up, I expect you niggas to roll out the fucking welcome mat. You hear me? I expect you niggas to roll over and show your belly. Do you feel me? Because if you do not, there will not be a village to Hokage over. Are we on the same page here?
Bro,
cool.
Konoha has been thoroughly subjugated.
I
bro.
just
it
hope
is weird.
We are on the same page. You feel me? If
the village has been subjugated, bro.
If you see that nigga Jura coming down the road, you either go inside or you say hello and then go inside. Because piss that nigga off and you, me, the neighbor, everybody catching. You feel me? And I don't know about you niggas. I would like Naruto to come back to a village. So
I don't know about you niggas.
You know what I'm saying?
I like living.
That too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, it's banging for real. You feel me? So I'm gonna need you niggas to lock the fuck in, put that Nindo shit to the side and just let the nigga walk. You know what I'm saying?
For now.
For now.
It's a for now thing. It's like, yeah, no, we ain't got no choice. We can never fight him. It's like, bro, listen, for now, just play along. You understand?
The
bro,
nigga
like,
walk because you piss
if
him off.
you don't start something, you don't need to do anything.
You piss him off and that nigga will glass the entire village. let the nigga just roam around and read his fucking books and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Nigga be treating our village like a fucking cool little architect project or something. You know what I'm saying? A nice little archaeology project. You know what I'm saying? Some history.
The cultural
Leave the nigga
value,
alone.
the cultural value of the thing.
Leave the nigga alone. You know what I'm saying? If we're lucky, the nigga might post up on a mountain somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Cross his leg and just read a book. You feel me?
Sips tea, reads book from like, and you're calm.
And just observe the light. Leave that nigga alone. So yeah, I agree. You know what I'm saying? It's a very sensible and credible way to move forward while preserving the lives of the village.
You look soft as fuck to the next 4 villages. Let's not pretend.
Really? Which other village? You're talking about the one that currently lost its Kasekage, right? That nigga's pupil, and it's currently probably gonna get fucking curb stomped. I'm like, bro, that's what I'm saying. The bigger picture here, guys. You niggas know what Konoha do. Outside of this situation, you niggas know what Konoha do. So if Konoha is behaving this way, what the fuck should that be telling you niggas if they pull up? Act right. That's what I'm saying. If Konoha is rolling over and showing their belly,
I don't know if Shikamaru's going to be able to convince the other 4 Kage.
Then don't. Hey,
like to behave in that manner.
For the listeners, I'm Jamaican. You get me? Where I come from, we have a saying, who don't hear, will feel. Don't take the advice. Cool. Lose Darui. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Lose your Tsuchikage. Sure. Don't.
You probably have other high class man you want to hold on to.
It's like,
not even just a Daru where fucking.
I'm just like, gang.
Yeah.
Listen.
What's your name? Kurotsuchi.
Rock the fuck in.
You understand?
Like for you man know what Konoha do. You other villages know what we do. You know what we did in the last war. You feel me? You know our contributions. You know we ain't pussy. Never have been. Check my rep sheet. You feel me? Niggas boomed the village one time. We rebuilt that shit and came back. Gang, if we are the ones moving this way, it should really inform how the rest of you niggas should also be moving. If there was any type of alliance, tactical synergy going on, it should really be informing you niggas how you should be moving. Especially in between what's going on in the sand. You feel me? It should be informing you niggas of how to be stepping. But hey, what do I know? I'm not a Kage.
Hey, you understand?
What do I know? I'm not a Kage.
Take advantage of that.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm motherfuckers, fam. What do I know?
Let's hope it's thingy. Yeah. So, all right, cool. So we covered most of the main points. Last thing he told him is like, look, send Team 7, the remnants of Team 7, to the sand, and Matsuri and Ryu might turn up, right? Which they did. Now, in the last episode, we discussed that, look, Konohamaru just isn't up to snuff.
And for the listeners, in case for some reason you've forgotten, Matsuri is the one that off-screened Gaara. So you were saying.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Konohamaru isn't up to... Yeah. If you're going to throw up a Konohamaru versus a Gaara, you're going to get the Gaara. I say like 8, 9 times out of 10. You'll get the Gaara. You understand? So...
God forbid a Gaara with Shinju Ampin.
Thank you. You understand? Now, we have Sarada, we have Mitsuki, but we have 2 Shinju. You understand? I don't know if they're going to be able to pull it up. But they have Sand Village backing them, so it's like 5 against 2,
and
right?
Hear me. In terms of manpower, I bullshit you not. In terms of manpower, I feel like Gaara and Shinki are about the equivalent to the batch that just pulled up. Like Konohamaru, Sarada, and Mitsuki, plus the 2 sand niggas that we've not actually seen throw hands like that. I feel like Gaara, the acting Kazekage, and the nigga from Naruto's time period, alongside Shinki, the rising star with the sand, are about equivalent in terms of manpower, or even more than the like the batch that we have in front of these 2 Shinju right now. You feel me? So this nigga over here in front of the microphone, not feeling super confident. Not gonna lie, we might lose another fucking Sarutobi.
Right, cool. All right, cool. So I'm glad you brought that point up because that's what I was gonna make. I'm seeing rumblings that Konohamaru might die, or he should die.
Narratively, it would make sense. I said that last week.
Okay. And the one that I've seen right now, I saw another one today, and they basically said, like, look, Konohamaru dying would facilitate Sarada awakening the MS permanently.
Not where I was going with it, but okay.
Not where you're going with it.
Okay.
You understand? I mean, it would serve a narrative purpose.
Yeah.
You understand? And it would kind of parallel maybe even Naruto in a sense, losing Jiraiya.
Would you really say that Konohamaru is to Sarada what Jiraiya was to Naruto.
Bro, what am I supposed to say Konohamaru is to what, fam?
And
like,
that's
to,
what
to
I'm saying.
anything.
And that's what I'm saying. That's
like,
why
he
I
might
said,
mean something to Boruto. I'm not gonna bullshit because he calls him Big Brother Konohamaru. So to Boruto, it might have more significance. Sarada, Mitsuki. When have you seen them man like move like Kakashi or a Mike guy and
that's what I'm saying.
Guy kind of favoredly heavy, but you get what I'm trying to say. You understand? You don't get those.
Blood. That's kind of why I said what I said last week. You feel me? I'm like, it wouldn't make sense for the nigga to die because for a cool second now, Konohamaru hasn't really been moving the needle forward in the story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The only reason I probably walk that statement back now is because it makes no narrative sense to like have him die here when there's a Shinju that wants to kill him. You know what I mean? Like this isn't gonna be where Matsui's dropped, I don't believe. No. You know what I'm saying? And for
Can
as
you
long
imagine
as
we lose Konohamaru, we'll keep Moegi.
But here's the thing, right? I mean, I wasn't even saying that to begin with, yeah? But here is not where Matsui's gonna get dropped. You know what I'm saying? So that means Matsuri is going to be existing post. Matsui's gonna survive this post. Yeah. And for as long as Matsuri is a thing, we already know her fundamental character fucking drive is to kill Konohamaru. You get me? So it makes no sense dropping Konohamaru.
No, so that battle's,
you feel me?
So that battle's to come.
So that's why I'm like, obviously I said that last week, but it was more so like a hypothetical. You feel me? It wasn't me credibly saying, hey, I think Konohamaru's gonna die here, because when you think about it, it just makes no fucking sense.
Fair.
You get me? It doesn't make any sense for Konohamaru to die here. I don't see Matsuri dying here, and if Matsui's not gonna die here, her main character fucking drive in the story is to kill Konohamaru. Yeah. You feel me? So until either that's done or he kills her, you feel me?
Perfect.
You feel me?
Perfect.
But yeah.
You know, so that's why I personally didn't buy into Konohamaru dying. I can hear what people are saying. I can sort of see where you're going with it, but him actually dying, no. Right? I think it's more likely they're just gonna resolve the Ryu situation. So we're gonna get back Gaara, we're gonna get back Shinki. Ryu's fucking out of here.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
okay.
I know he just turned up. And everything.
And that's the only
I know, because that's the thing we had last week.
Yeah.
I know we just turned up, but you said it yourself a minute ago. Where does it make more narrative sense? For him to disappear or for Matsuru to disappear?
I don't think, like, it makes no narrative sense for either of them to disappear right now.
Well, we have to get rid of one of them because that's where we're going with it.
I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
No, nothing about the way that last chapter or this one has gone makes me feel like definitively we're losing a Shinju.
I mean, I suppose the third route could be that
you have to keep in mind, right? The running trend has been to keep fucking the OGs indisposed. That's why what was done to Gaara has been done to Gaara. You get me? It wasn't to resolve that issue anytime soon. It was just to explain why, hey, they're in the sand. Where the fuck is Gaara? That's what happened to Gaara. That's why Gaara's not there. Hey, the niggas are threatening Konoha. Where's Naruto? Naruto's in the Daikoku then. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
they don't know that.
They don't know that he's that. We know that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm talking like, it's just the trend of like keeping niggas from OG Naruto who would credibly be able to box out the limelight. Sure. And that's why I said last week, I'm only pissed that you did it with Gaara by virtue or like by way of also incapacitating Shinki, because I would have liked to have seen more of Shinki. You get me? So that's what I'm like, do I believe?
And that's why I believe that you might get rid of Ryu. You understand? So we get back the Shinki Gaara.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I'm like I've said. To me, nothing about this chapter or the chapter leading up to it, last week's one, gives me the feeling that we're going to lose a Shinju in this current arc. I don't feel that way. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, I already told you last week on the pod, you get me? I'm more of the feeling that what they're doing is giving us, like, named Shinju. We're going to go through and get a couple more named Shinju, and they're going to be the generals of the coming war. That's when you're going to see named Shinjus getting dropped. Get me? Because right now they're going through villages to snap up important individuals who would make good shit on fucking Shinju commanders. You feel me? That's more the feeling I get. If we drop Ryu now, not only is it an arse way to fucking introduce a character, it is a fucking arse way to introduce a character, but then it's like, any new Shinju that we get going forward, name Shinju, we could really just look at our wrist at any time and be like, yeah, this nigga's probably out of here in like 3 chapters time. Just out of here in 3 chapters time.
I mean,
you get me?
Fair.
So that's what I'm like, to me, I don't think it happens because it destroys the idea that we're building up towards a war. You get me? You don't build up towards a war by getting rid of one of the more notable niggas that would be in that war against the fucking teams that we're banging for. You get me? It's like taking Obito off the map before the actual climax of the 4-4. We're like, I mean, alright, but now you're telling me the nigga that we've built up to now, he's the one that gets taken off the board for fucking Mara. We've seen more of Obito. You get me?
Which it happened anyways, but no. Right,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts on the fucking Shinji thing. Yeah,
I hear all that. I still feel like he's fucking out here in the next couple of chapters.
Fair
Not
enough,
the next
fair
chapter,
enough.
but you understand
Fair
that
enough.
within this arc, I still feel like Ryu's out here.
Fair enough. And if he is, hey, I'll be the first thing to throw my hands up and be like, hey man, you had it. You feel me? Like fuck it, you had it for one reason or another. My eyes just weren't seeing it. You get me?
Sure.
But like I said, like for me, it's more the idea of building up towards a war. You know what I'm saying? And credibly doing so. You feel me? That's why. But yeah. I mean, that's really my thoughts on Boruto. I'm not gonna lie to you. Anything else to add on?
No, that was it. So overall, I'd say fairly solid chapter, good setup.
One of the more informative chapters, like it wasn't straight handy, but still very good fucking takeaways.
Zero hands in it, but
yeah.
So like very informative. Bit more background. You know, you understand some
bit more
world
building.
techniques. You understand, the way Kashin Koji is moving and why he moves that way.
Yeah.
Some more bullshit in the village. Some relationship drama. Because last question, dead ass last question, right? How much stock do you have in Boru X Ada?
None.
Zero.
Like,
I don't understand how a man am like, Boruto's got three galleys I'm chasing after. I'm like, bro, when did Ada come into this? Like, yeah, she's softer on Boruto now, but I feel that's more just like her feeling bad because Buddy's in like a terrible situation.
It was because of me that the fucking world got gaslit into thinking that you and Kawaki switched.
You understand?
You know what I'm saying?
That's what that is. I don't feel she has like any romantic interest in Boruto whatsoever. Could be wrong. You understand? Like Kawaki is a piss poor showing. You understand? So the nigga you like, if he ain't shit, and the nigga that's like you're not supposed to like,
is that nigga?
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just life, bros. Man, them look at it. You understand? It's a lesson there. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't on shit and the next nigga is, you gonna go for the nigga that's on shit.
I have a question for you. So between, and I'm about to fucking gag, like throw up in my mouth a little.
It's a shipping question.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Obviously, listeners, you know me. I'm not really a ship type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? But between Boru X Sarada.
Yes.
Ill, by the way. Yeah. Boru X Sara. Ill.
Boru Sara.
Or Boru X Sumire.
Boru Sumi.
You see you niggas that do that, bro. Anyway, yeah. Between the two of those paths, between those two karmic choices, which choice do you see Boruto taking?
Team Red or Team Blue, yeah? Or should I say Team Purple? Hey, Team Red or Team Purple?
Hey, bro, the lawful or chaotic choice. You get me, but I'm like, all right, cool. Let's give the shit people something as well. You get me? Let's cater to them for me. Who would you feel happier with? Huh? Who would you feel happier with? Like
Boru Sara.
Sara.
I'm not gonna front about that. If them two got together in the end, I wouldn't. But it's kind of obvious, but I like it. I like the pairing. You understand? It's there. Body will go through anything to kind of protect her. I've seen, and she has, I'd say, like an equal amount of faith and trust, and would go
100.
You understand? For him as well. So it's like the devotion's there. It's just that you man ain't really realize it. Or Sarada's closer to realizing it than Boruto. Well, that nigga's got a lot on his plate right now. He ain't got time for that. You understand? So yeah. So personal choice. Sarada. I know. Sumire is a good choice as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking to a nigga that would go Sumire.
I don't see
Really?
I don't see Kishimoto doing that again. So the Naruto Sakura one was the fucking man. I was like, no, it's Hinata. I don't think they're gonna be like, no, it's not Sarada, it's Sumire. I don't see them doing that one. They're gonna make that one a bit clear cut.
That is the only argument you could have made, to make me walk back from the ledge, fam. Aight, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck. I was like, damn, if he brings up the parallel between Sumire and Hinata, like,
there you go, bro. You know what I'm
saying?
No. They're that. So yeah. So
I feel you. W rational as well, I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? W rational. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Boruto discussion ate up the entire podcast, my nigga.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of them weird ones, you know what I'm saying? You have to print like, when newspapers have to print like a retraction or correction?
Yeah.
It's one of them ones, isn't it? Like, there was like so much going on in the chapter and we got like...
Yeah, like...
You understand? Leaks are great if you're reporting like on the day, but you understand? I think I'll have to dig in a bit deeper.
I mean, to be honest, this is actually...
talk on our podcast.
This is actually what it looks like when we say, hey, we're gonna circle back to one of the previous points that we made in one of the episodes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is actually one of the podcast episodes where that was actually done. You get me? This is what it looks like. You feel me? So back to regular scheduling next week. Man said next week, next time. You feel me? You get me? Next episode on KTT. You feel me? I have been Drift.
It's your boy BlackStarXero.
And man, we'll catch you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, love.